Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Marv B. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for the film No Hard Feelings from 2023, starring the lady who shall not be named. Because the last time I talked about this lady, I talked about how apparently she said that she was the first female action hero. I disagreed very much, and YouTube did not like that a lot. So now, from now on, she is the lady who shall not be named. So I take a little bit of umbrage with I know it's not fair. It won't be a fair review. I'm just being honest. I've just had a bad experience talking about this person, and I will say she does not give a bad performance, but I do not care about her performance. I do not care about her acting. I do not care about her career. I'm not a fan at all. I will put it that way. I'll put it that way. So, the lady who shall not be named. The setup is she hasn't paid property taxes. Her car's taken away. She needs money because she's an Uber driver. So she needs a car in order to keep this house. The character is irritating. There's a person who's an old boyfriend, and she yells out, "You're indecisive. You're indecisive," which is annoying. Yeah, I'm supposed to care for this character. And she's given the job of these rich parents. One of them is Matthew Broderick, which I could not recognize because he had long gray hair and a thick, thick tan. I'm like, is that Matthew Broderick? And it is. The parents are tired of their kid Casey of being shy and quiet, so they want someone to date him, have sex with him, to bring him out of his shell, so to get him ready for going to college at Princeton. So you have the hot lady going out with the shy, nerdy kid, and I'm sitting there going, you know what? We've seen this movie done before. Some would say The Girl Next Door in 2004. There was another film called She's Out of My League from quite a few years ago. So it's not really the first time I've seen this concept. Granted, the plot is not the same, but similar concept. I thought it was funny in that she could make money by renting the house, and she's like, I can't stand these people in my house, but she's willing to date a 19-year-old to get him out of his shell. I do like that the friend mentions, so you won't rent your house, but you will rent your vag. It's got a good point. The jokes, I mean, it's meant to be cringe comedy, but here I cringed more than I laughed. I didn't laugh at this comedy. I didn't think this comedy was funny. Granted, I don't like the lead for a variety of reasons. That's not fair. I told you it wasn't fair. I told you. But I just don't think the comedy was funny. Her trying to seduce the kid who works at a animal shelter. She says lines like, "Mind if I touch your wiener?" What? Your dog. Your wiener dog. Or she takes into a van and she'll make jokes like, I've killed the pilot. You're my hostage. And the kid looks and there's like machetes and weapons in the back of the van. And the way she acts. I'm like, no wonder the kid brings out the mace, the pepper spray to her face. I don't blame the kid. And the kid, like the guy's doing alright, I guess. He's being the awkward, shy kid who hasn't seen anything of the world. She asks, have you ever had an intense dream? And he's like, yeah, Harley Quinn, from Suicide Squad, had me tied up. He's like, no, it's not. And the kid's like, no, it's not a sex scene. You said intense dream. Of course, most people would have the same dream and still say it was sex dream, so I can't blame the lady for asking. You have a full front nude scene with Jenny from the block when she's trying to seduce the kid in the ocean, and people are taking her clothes, and she beats the hell out of them. There's a bit where they get idea away from the cops, and the kid's naked on the top of the car, and she's driving away because if the cops get her one more time, she'll have no license. They go on a date in a fancy restaurant, and she gets him to play the piano and sing. He's pretty good on it. There's a bit where the kid meets another friend his age, and they go back, and the kid's getting drunk, and she goes in and tries to relate to the college kids, but she's out of her frame of mind. Finds the kid, thinks he took something heavier, gets in the puke, but he had only taken aspirin with alcohol. He's drunk, accidentally hits her in the neck. He apologizes, says, okay, I'll do what you want. Let's go have sex. And she's like, no, can't do it in your condition. The kid then realizes maybe he doesn't want to move to Princeton. Probably because maybe he wants to stay here and try to be with this lady. He overhears a dialogue between the lead and his parents. He finds out the truth. He gets pissed about it. Confronts the parents saying, I'm my own person. Confronts her, understandably so. I don't blame the kid. And I especially don't blame the kid for not trusting her. Number one, in this day and age of your Jada Pink Slips and your Amber Turds. Second off, because he was right, because it was a lie. She ultimately decides to sell the house, decides to go to California. Tries to talk to the kid. The kid's driving. She gets on the hood of the car this time. She gets on fire for a bit. Goes to the ocean. He freaks out. They patch things up. Guess they'll be friends now. She'll take him to Princeton, and she'll go to California. And then the end. Some would say, like, what if you made a movie where you had a 32-year-old guy going after... Okay, imagine a movie where a 32-year-old guy was hired by parents to sleep with their 19-year-old daughter. And then say, well, it's just meant to be a cringe comedy. You know the uproar that would get? So it's kind of that double standard. But even if you don't want to look into that, it depends how you feel about the lead actress. If you really like her and you love her and everything, You could see her do goofy comedy in this. And you get to see the whole shebang. Full frontal. I mean, yeah, there's been other comedies like this. I mean, She's Out of My League and other stuff. The Girl Next Door, I think, is the guy where a porno actress like moved next door, and there's been other movies of that nature. I don't even know why Matthew Broderick is in this. He's in a handful of scenes, and again, it took me a few minutes to recognize him. I just didn't think he was funny. I didn't think he was entertaining. I was kind of sitting there bored, waiting for the movie to end. All these people, well, the parents were unlikable for their stupid plan in the first place. Jennifer almost said her name. She was, for me, unlikable. And really horrible at trying to seduce someone. The lead, the other kid, I mean, sometimes he would be so awkward, shy, you would you want to wring his neck too, but I guess if there's a most likable guy, I guess it would be him. I didn't really think it was much of a payoff for all the setup. I just didn't think it was much of a payoff. Oh, she's just going to sell the place regardless, and it's not going to be one of those where they get together. So you say, okay, well, maybe that's refreshing. But it just didn't really feel much of a payoff. Like I said, I would never have seen this film, and I would never watch this film again. So, not for me. Not for me. There's not one moment in this I laughed. Not one. Yeah. Maybe if it was a different cast, maybe with a bit stronger screenplay, maybe that could have helped. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.